This is a 2016 Porsche Boxster Black Edition. This is the base model, and the reason why I decided to make this content is because in the internet you usually have a lot of content about the S model, but if you are looking for the base version, it's much harder to find something. So as I was trying to decide between the S and the base version, I came across a lot of questions that I'll try to answer during this content in this video. And if there are other questions that you have, and if you are in the same situation looking for a new Boxster and trying to decide whether you go for the base or the S version, let me know and we can certainly discuss either in this video or in the next videos. If you're looking to buy one of these cars, you need to have a priority list. You're not going to find the perfect car, but you need to make sure what is important to you. So for example, in my case, the first thing is the overall condition of the car, and I think this will apply to most of you. The second thing to me was to make sure that the car had the equipments I wanted. So this version has the Bose sound system, it has the 14-way seat, and more important, in my opinion, is the newer steering wheel. And the overall condition of the interior is in very good shape. The steering wheel in the older versions, where you have the buttons to change gears, really didn't work to me. People say that you get used to it as you use the car, but to me it was more like a design error from Porsche. But then this new version is probably the best steering wheel that they have created until now. I think even better than the newer 911s. This is kind of the best steering wheel in my opinion. One thing that I'm not sure if I like, but I heard many people saying to me that they really loved was the wheel set. I think it looks good, but maybe I would prefer to keep the original wheel set. So this is something that I will think about it, and probably in the future, if I decide I would just replace by the original wheel set. In terms of performance, this car has the 2.7 liter engine. It makes 265 horsepower, and it goes from 0 to 60 in around 5.5 seconds. And this is probably the main difference between the base version and the S version. You're gonna have around 50 horsepower more, and this is something that you really need to see and understand if the extra power is something that you're gonna use on a day-to-day, and if you need the extra power. So in order to decide that, I drove both cars, and to be honest, in my opinion, for my daily use, I don't see the need for the extra power. The S is faster, that's a fact, but it's not much faster than this version. You're gonna probably feel the biggest difference in torque in the lower RPM band. The S has a little bit more like the instant punch. This one takes a little bit more to get going. You're gonna probably have to keep the RPM a little bit higher, but then this car requires you to drive a little bit different from the other cars because it's fast, it has the punch, but you have to make sure that you keep the RPM high. It's a more engaging experience in a way. And the noises the car makes, it seems like it's screaming whenever you go above 5,000 RPMs. And one thing that is very important to have in this type of car is the sport exhaust. For me, this is a must in this type of car. If you are buying a Porsche Boxster or a Cayman, make sure that you have this option, because it changes the way that the car sounds, and in a way it changes the experience that you have with the car. So make sure that you have this option checked. And the other thing that you have to consider is with the base version, you can enjoy the car a little bit more without going above the speed limit. So you can accelerate and make sure that you change the gears and you go above 5, 6, 7,000 RPMs, and you're still under the speed limit. This is something that makes you enjoy the car a little bit better. And the other thing that you have to decide is whether you prefer a Cayman or a Boxster. In my case, it was never a question because I knew that I prefer the flexibility of the Boxster. You can drive like this with the top open, but if you prefer, you can just close the top and it takes like less than 10 seconds. And then you have a different car. So it gives you more flexibility, to adapt the car to the condition that you want or to the drive that you are doing on that day. So you're probably asking how it is to drive this car. And my answer to that question is, it is very good. The first reason is the car drives very well. So it's a very communicative car. You feel exactly what the car is doing. You don't have surprises. You know what is going on in the road. The steering wheel is very direct, so everything is very well made. The second thing is the noises that the car makes and how it transmits to the cabin, to the driver. It's not only the noises the car makes, but also the vibrations and how you are connected to the car. And probably these seats, they are very supportive, but they also help you to feel the car. So whenever you are driving this car, it's an engaging experience. It's not muted like some other sports cars. And the third thing, you can say that's something more subjective, which is the special sauce that Porsche puts on its cars. Everything here is well made and it's made to a purpose. So everything that they do has a purpose and you can feel it while you're driving, while you're in this cabin. And I think this just elevates the experience. And the other thing that everyone knows about, but I have to say, PDK is fantastic. It's the best gear that you're gonna find in any car. This thing is fast, is precise, it's a beast. At the end of the day, the base version is a very strong package because you may not have the bigger engines, but you do have a very concise car, and a car that at the end of the day, the most important thing is you can enjoy on day to day. So these are my initial impressions of the car. It's gonna be an interesting journey to know more about this car and the brand. And if you are looking to buy one of these cars, or if you have questions, put in the comments. I'll try to answer those questions, and I will try to update the channel with more content about this car. So yeah, come along and let's find out more about the Boxster.